Okay, calling the meeting to order. As per the requirement of Public Law 1975, Chapter 231, notice is hereby given that this is a regular meeting of the Borough of Highlands Mayor and Council, and all requirements have been met. Notice has been transmitted to the Asbury Park Press and the Two River Times. Notice has been posted on the public bulletin board. Formal action will be taken. May everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I think we could have a moment of silence for things that went on in New York the other day. Maybe think about what we could each do to make things a little bit better in this world. Okay, thank you.
Okay, roll call. Councilmember Brion. Here. Councilmember Card.
Yes.
Councilmember D'Arrigo.
Here.
Councilmember Kane Wells.
Yes, here.
Mayor O'Neill. Approval of the minutes, October 18th, 2017. Do I have any corrections or amendments?
No, I'll offer it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Councilmember Brion.
Yes.
Councilmember Card. Councilmember D'Arrigo.
Abstain?
Councilmember Kane Wells.
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
The minutes have been properly approved. Public comment on resolutions.
I'll open it to the public. Nobody?
Okay, the first resolution is in addition to the agenda. It's resolution 185. Resolution removing temporary administrative secretary. Whereas by resolution 1676, there existed need to, among other things, to assist the acting municipal clerk. And whereas by way of resolution 1676, the borough hired Shelley Brown to provide such services on a temporary basis. And whereas for reasons of economy and efficiency, no longer exists the need for such assistance to be provided on a temporary basis for the position of temporary administrative assistant. And whereas the borough provided the requisite notice to the temporary administrative assistant, the terms and conditions of her temporary employment be discussed at the regularly scheduled meeting of the governing body on November 1st. Now therefore be resolved by the mayor and the council of the borough of Highlands that for reasons including but not limited to economy and efficiency, that it has been determined that such temporary services are no longer to be required. And as a result of the same, that Shelley Brown be and is hereby removed from temporary position of administrative assistant secretary effective immediately.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call vote. Councilmember Brion.
Yes.
Councilmember Card.
Abstain.
Councilmember D'Arrigo.
Yes.
Councilmember Kane Wells.
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
The resolution 17185 has been properly approved. Okay, the consent agenda. Resolution 17173, DOT grant approval. Cortland Road. 17174, authorized disposal of borough property for scrap.
I'll offer that be tabled.
I'll second that. And that's based on the Seabright email that we
Yeah,
got,
right.
everybody's aware?
Yes.
Cool.
Just to let everyone know, the borough of Seabright has the same type of truck that we were going to scrap, so we're going to let them have it so they can use it.
We're gonna make $1 profit.
Roll call motion for the table. Councilmember Brion.
Yes.
Councilmember Card.
Yes.
Councilmember D'Arrigo.
Yes.
Council Kane Wells.
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
Okay, consent agenda now includes 17173, DOT grant application approval, Portland Road, 17175, appoint permanent part-time crossing guard, and 17181, the authorized signature on borough accounts. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
I'll second it.
Councilmember Brion.
Yes.
Councilmember Card.
Yes.
Councilmember D'Arrigo.
Yes.
Councilmember Kane Wells.
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
The consent agenda has been properly approved, And Resolution 17-174 has been properly tabled. Resolution 17-176, transfer of surplus funds. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Councilmember Briand?
Yes.
Councilmember Carr?
Abstain.
Councilmember Diarigo?
Yes.
Councilmember Kane Wells?
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill?
Yes.
Resolution 17-176 has been properly approved. Resolution 17-177, authorized state contract purchase of modular space. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Councilmember Briand?
Yes.
Councilmember Carr?
Yes.
Councilmember Diarigo?
Yes.
Councilmember Kane Wells?
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill?
Yes.
Resolution 17-177 has been properly approved. Resolution 17-178, authorized state contract purchase of police interceptor. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Councilmember Briand?
Yes.
Councilmember Carr?
Before I offer my vote, just chief, to make sure this is part of the cycling program, new with the old.
Yes, and we're actually getting rid of a few.
Well, so people understand that's why we're doing this, and then I'll offer yes.
Councilmember Diarigo?
Yes.
Councilmember Kane Wells?
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill? Resolution 17-178 has been properly approved. Resolution 17-179, authorized fair open contract for 2017 capital improvement project for the engineer.
That is to award it to CME Associates in an amount of $45,500.
Do I have a motion?
I'll offer it.
And I'll second.
Councilmember Briand?
Yes.
Councilmember Carr?
Abstain.
Councilmember Diarigo?
Yes.
Councilmember Kane Wells?
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill?
Yes.
Resolution 17-179 has been properly approved. Resolution 17-180, award non-fair open contract for storm sewer cleaning and TV inspection for Atlantic Street and Washington Avenue.
Okay, there are some questions because the quotes came in for the storm sewer lines along Shore Drive between Waterwitch Avenue and Seadrift Avenue, and I believe the governing body questions for the borough engineer.
Yeah, just to clarify, so the finger streets are called, the streets between Bay and Shore, there's no drainage on them, everything sheet flows towards Shore Drive, and even Bay Avenue doesn't have much in those areas. This will also extend down to Atlantic Street, because we're paying them by the foot. It's not per the street, it's not per structure, we're paying them by the foot. So Atlantic Street will be encompassed in that area, but that'll take care of that whole area in town.
So these dollar amounts that you got from these contractors, you have your per linear foot. So I'm not certain that we should be awarding this if it's not inclusive of the area from Seadrift through Atlantic.
Well, what we can do is,
Because will they be held to this per square foot cost,
well, it's per linear foot, so,
linear foot?
right, so basically, you go by a map, and what you have on the map, say you have 250 feet, and really in essence, the pipe in the field might be 260, it might be 240, but that's what you pay them on. It all gets measured up in the field. Now, also, there's a chance that they could find, I know the pipes they were out doing today, they found a pipe that wasn't on the map. So, yeah, and it wasn't long, but it's still there. So, when you're looking at I think the quote was 5,000 and change. When you're looking at that, it'll fluctuate a little bit. It might not be exactly that 5,250. It might be 5,300. It might be 5,000. It depends on the actual linear footage that they scope.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay. I think we should go ahead with American Pipe, and I'll offer that as they're gonna be
So-
doing it per linear foot as outlined in their bids,
Just a suggestion that resolution 17-180 be amended to reflect
to
this.
include Atlantic.
I'll second.
Okay. Councilmember Briand?
Yes.
Councilmember Carr?
Before I offer my vote, this town has a history of scoping and rescoping and scoping and rescoping, videotaping the sewer lines and stormwater. based on talking to Mark and other people in this town that have been around, you have to stop spending good money after bad. We know these streets are bad. I understand you need to scope certain situations. I'm reluctant to say yes, but I think we need to be careful on how we're spending good money after bad. We know our stormwater pipes are bad. Why don't we start bidding out, and as I've requested, bidding out for linear foot for replacement, from manhole to manhole. And it can be done. Other towns have done it without scoping, and then have an infield engineer or project manager. They discover pipes that are not in need of repair, we move on. Contractors will do it, companies will do it. But on that note, in support of the governing body, I will vote yes.
Alright, just
So
for,
that was
just,
a
Yeah, I
yes.
voted yes.
and just for clarification, it's the award to American Pipe Cleaning LLC in the amount of $5,641.05.
Okay, Councilmember Diorigo.
Yes.
Councilmember Keen Wells.
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill.
Just further clarification before this goes, before you put your final seal on it, these streets are Atlantic to Washington and from bay to shore. We've already received the community development block grant to do the sanitary sewers in that area. We asked to do the scoping of the storm sewers at the same time because we only want to dig up the streets once. So when we do scoping on one, we're going to do scoping on the other. Some of this money is being paid for by this block grant. Take it away, Ron.
I'll just offer to you that, and it's great that it's offered by the block grants, but let me put forth, if you're replacing your sewer lines, it's almost a given with the condition of our streets, at this point in time, we would replace anything else that might be damaged in that street. And all the major contractors, from the gas companies to the water company, would be notified that we're opening up that street and they have the opportunity to come in and repair that stuff. So, again, the sewer is more important, without the highest respect, so if it's a problem, we get fined. We scope the sewer lines, we discover they're bad, we dig up the street, it's a given that we're gonna fix the storm water pipe. So why are we paying for and repairing or scoping of a storm water pipe that we're gonna have visual contact on, or eyes on, when we dig up for storm? I agree with Carolyn, we take advantage of certain grants, but again, we're spending, grants are not free. Grants you have to pay for. And it's good money that we could be spending towards actual repairing.
You're assuming that the sewer and the stormwater line is in ditch though.
They're not going to be, the sewer lines are in the middle of the street, stormwater is on
Listen,
the
I know,
edges of the streets.
I'm not naive to construction, I've been around the block, I know what it means.
Some of our residents may not, that's why I
Well,
just
I,
say.
I get that, and that's why I'm giving kudos to the situation, but if you look back in the history of this town, we do a lot of video, let me check, a lot of video of our stormwater pipes and our sewers. It's time to start repairing. We have no documents proving that we've repaired these pipes on maintenance program for years. It's a given. We have clay pipes. It should be replaced, no questions asked. Thank you.
Councilwoman Brown, you asked for an amendment, so it's going to now read for the storm sewer lines along Shore Drive between Waterwich Avenue and Seadrift Avenue, correct?
No,
Or is it going to remain the same as
it's
the
going, say from Waterwich to Atlantic.
for the storm sewer lines from,
Waterwich
Okay.
to Atlantic.
and Mr. Bloomer, that will cover the,
That would cover, yes, between bay and shore.
Between Bay and Shore.
Okay, resolution 180 has been properly approved. Resolution 18182, authorized payment of the bills. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Councilmember Briand,
Yes.
Councilmember Carr,
Excuse me, yes.
Councilmember Diorigo,
Yes.
Councilmember Keen Wells,
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
Resolution 18182 has been properly approved. Resolution 18183, appoint interim administrator.
I'll move to appoint Stephen Dahl.
there's also an amendment to the resolution in the fifth and eighth, whereas, fifth paragraph, whereas clause, the appointment is effective as of November 2nd, 2017, and shall continue until December 31st, 2017, at which time this appointment will expire, if not extended by the mayor and council. The rate of pay for services provided as interim borough administrator shall be $1,000 per pay period, and same change in the 8th paragraph now therefore be it resolved. It will continue until December 31st, 2017, at which time the said appointment will expire if not extended by the mayor and council, and similarly the pay period will be $1,000 per pay period.
I'll make that move.
And I seconded,
Councilmember Rion,
yes.
Councilmember Carn,
Before I offer my vote, I say, I have spoken to Ms. Gonzalez. I think she's more than qualified to do it, but I'm gonna unfortunately have to vote in a different way, because I believe there's a hostile work environment in Borough Hall and from the very governing body here. So I wish Ms. Gonzalez nothing but the best, and hopefully she'll be successful, but I'm gonna have to vote no.
Councilmember Diorigo,
Abstain.
Councilmember Kane Wells,
I'll vote for Kim Gonzalez. And if I could say a couple words, I've actually known Kim throughout the borough since she's brought on, I can't, how many years ago. She really is an overachiever. She works hard. I think she can mitigate if there is any hostile work environment things. I think she has the professionalism to mitigate through anything. I think she has a strong working relationship with her peers, a strong knowledge of our finances, our budgets, our PPA processes. I think if there's anybody that can jump into the game, it's her. And really the reality is she loves Highlands. She wants to be here. She's eager. And I think she'll be a wonderful fit for our community. I hope she does make it past the interim period, but we'll see how she makes it in between. So I vote yes.
Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
Resolution 17-183 has been properly approved. Resolution 17-184, authorized signature on borough accounts.
I'll offer.
Do we have a second? Councilmember Rion,
Yes.
Councilmember Carn,
Yes.
Councilmember Diorigo,
Yes.
Councilmember Kane Wells,
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
Resolution 17-184 has been properly approved. Next item of business, revised zoning map discussion.
All right, earlier today, we got this revised map from the planners, and they had some notes that I asked the chair and vice chair of the land use board to be present. I see that the vice chair is here. There's some inconsistencies between what's on the master plan reexamination report and what's on the maps in the appendices. For instance, it says that the new business zone, which is going to be one, central business district, should be from Bay Avenue, from South Street to the VFW, but then it does not include the Havana property, which the planner believes it should include that as well, as it is a commercial property, it should be in the central business district. The second point, where there's an inconsistency between the maps and what's in the master plan reexamination report is it says in the reexamination report to have the CBD run from Bay Avenue, from Miller Street, Bay Avenue all the way to the water on Miller Street, and that's residential housing there, so the planners didn't include it in the map. I know that there was some talk at a couple of the re-examination meetings that we went to about maybe putting it one store, two lots in, or maybe to go through to 4th Street. But I don't know if there was any resolution to that, but what's the written words that are in the master plan re-examination report and the attachments and the maps are not consistent, so the planner needs some guidance there. In my estimation, I mean, I live on Miller Street, it's a lot of residential housing is on Miller Street. I don't know why it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me to have all the entirety of Miller all the way to the bay, to be part of a commercial business district.
I think you're on point with it. I think
It doesn't
land
make a
use
lot of
board, correct me
sense.
if I'm wrong, but we all discussed it
We
about
talked about
Village Street,
going
and we
two
took it
houses-
off.
Yeah, we
It
did.
was a round
Two
table
lots
discussion.
in, or,
Yeah,
but
two
I'm
lots
saying,
It was-
in the published
Yeah.
report,
It's funny,
In the
it's lingering with
re-examination
us.
report,
for some
I
reason.
know, because we kept going,
We kept-
people
it's still
live there.
incorrect.
Yeah, you
So-
threw that out a couple times, somehow
We
we
did.
stopped.
So it never got back,
Yeah.
it never got fixed in the re-examination.
Right, so that's,
So is it to Fourth Street, is it two
I thought it
lots
was
in?
one block in, two lots in. Two lots in.
We did, yeah.
Four.
It wasn't lots.
No,
It
lots.
was.
No,
it was
lots.
Lots,
Lots.
yes,
Lots.
not lots.
Two
Two
lots
lots
in.
Yeah.
Two lots towards the water.
So it was
Yeah.
inclusive of the property behind
It
Davis
was-
Shore Bar.
It was Miller and North.
Correct.
Correct. Two lots.
It's funny, it's kept going back and forth.
I know, and it's the same thing for Miller,
And Havana
Going
was
up.
supposed to be in it.
between
Yes.
Miller and Shore. The map on the examination report has that the entire street, which again is residential except for the yoga studio.
They originally had it going all the way down Miller to the water.
They did.
And we
Yeah, no, I'm
said
saying,
no.
but I'm saying from Bay to Shore now.
Right, right.
In the other direction. So that
Right.
should not be, should it be the same thing,
Same
two
thing, I thought we had
lots?
two lots going up too.
Correct.
Right.
Two lots?
So people understand what we're looking at up here is a map, and it's highlighted based
Well, we had
on
a.
Rosemary, Frank, and Ken. It's pretty much highlighted with the areas that we discussed in the land use board a while back, and we're good to go. It just,
Doug, we had a van in there too.
what's that?
We did have it back.
We had Havana in there.
I would say the wording
No, I
says,
understand. All
it
right,
stops
stop,
at
stop,
the
stop, stop.
Anyway, the last, wait, so just one more.
We have to clarify who all did the speaking.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I'm just summing up for them so they don't.
Frank Nolan,
Here.
Ken
Land use
Braswell,
board, Ken
Rosemary
Rasmussen,
Ryan.
vice chair, land use board.
Council, I was on that,
Councilman Carr,
and I'm summing up, and they, via nods, they're saying they're agreeing with what I'm saying, so expedite, so we don't have to. The only in Havana, correct me if I'm wrong, was they're nodding yes, wasn't that involved? Part of it?
But it wasn't part of the map,
Yeah, well, it should have been.
and it should have been.
Probably in the
Well,
news.
So last
hang on
thing-
a second,
hang
guys.
on.
Is this, hang on a second, guys. Bonnie, are you all right?
Yes.
Last thing is the little triangle that's all the way at the end. At the end, this one right here.
That's what
Where the logo poses,
Oh, okay, okay.
because the proposal says, the plan proposes South Street to the VFW. No, I'm reading upside down. Master plan proposed zoning map shows that area, that triangle over by Logo Pros, that is zoned as waterfront commercial 1. And do you want this in the central business district or leave it as such? No, it's
So, yeah, you got this sign.
Logo, Logo Pro, it's the parking lot, it's that whole, everything that's in that triangle. So we're looking to like just encapsulate the zones.
Yeah, I think that the central business district should stop, even with Veterans Park. And, the other businesses that are like, where Logo Pros are and, the Chubby Pickle, they should be along
Lab
the
scientific.
waterfront district where bars and marinas are.
Okay, so that was done by design, it wasn't another inconsistent
It-
error.
This may be misunderstood, or I don't know, I'm just telling you what's on my mind.
I believe that's correct.
Okay, if you guys could just maybe,
Are you sending it back to, I'm sorry,
I did, I sent it to,
the planning board?
I sent it to, Andrew and Ken, I asked them
Yeah,
to
the
be here,
meeting.
so if you guys can weigh in and get that to council, we'll be able to
Yeah.
advise.
We have a meeting next week.
Perfect.
Chief update?
I do, Mayor, yes. Just a couple of quick things. We've gotten a lot of complaints and calls about phone scams. So just want to let everybody know, we've gotten a
few people are getting phone calls from JCP&L. JCP&L is telling them that they owe money and they have your information. If you do owe money, they know how much you owe. And what they're doing is they're telling you to go to a Western Union type facility and wire the money. We had a business that got scammed out of $5,000. So it's very convincing, just like with credit card companies. Hang up the phone, and when you call them back, your caller ID says JCP&L. When you call them back, they'll answer the phone JCP&L. But unless you call the number that's on your bill, don't trust that. There's been a few other scams with reference to people getting hit by cars. They're targeting elderly people. How they're finding elderly people, I don't know. And they'll say that your grandson or granddaughter was involved in a crash and they're under arrest and they need bail money. And people are falling for it. So everybody just be wary of that. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors to make sure they don't fall for those scams. There's a lot of it going on. And to be honest, to track the people who are doing it, it's virtually impossible. It's really difficult. The prosecutor's office, unless it's $75,000, they're not going to get involved in it. It's really difficult to find out who that is when you send them money. We have a few, on October 19th, we were presented a certificate of recognition at the New Jersey Safe Routes to School Champions for Change annual luncheon. Here it is right here. We were one of only 3 municipalities in the state to get the silver recognition, and no one got gold. So there was only 3 of us that got silver. This is honoring our commitment and support of the program by encouraging children to walk and bicycle to school, and by us taking steps to make that trip much safer. A lot of things that we did to improve that walk, and we're continuing that effort as well. I'll just say also the Highlands Elementary School got the gold level. So there was quite a few schools that got, but Highlands Elementary achieved the gold level.
Chief, I will say, not to cut you off, when we all walked to school together, that was really great.
It was.
It was a great,
That was all part of this program.
Yeah.
And by us participating in this, I think what it does is it gives us a better working relationship with the North Jersey Transportation Authority and Easy Ride, so that hopefully we may have a better chance of getting the Safe Routes to School grant. A lot of municipalities got a lot of money to do some really good improvements. So hopefully this will shed some good light on us and give us a better opportunity to get those grants. Speaking of, just 3 days ago, I was advised that we got the pedestrian safety grant again, 2018 grant. We weren't sure if we were going to get it. That's for an amount of $11,000. So when you see a little old man crossing the street, it may be one of my officers. So just watch out for that. That's the decoy detail. And I'm asking for an additional $12,000 from the grant that we may get. The mayor and I spoke about this the other day. I was hoping to get that information today for some additional signage, for pedestrian signage. I'm currently working with the county to try to get some of that installed. The mayor and I met a few weeks ago with reference to Shore Drive parking. Hopefully, I spoke to Mr. Shabarik. That will be the first reading in December to bring back the permanent parking in that area. We have some other things that the mayor and I are working on to hopefully completely solve the problem down in that area. Also, November is Men's Health Month. So you may see my officers with some beards, some mustaches. It's to promote men's health. Each officer, if you participate, you have to pay for it. It's a fee, and the PBA matches the money, and that money will get donated to charity. That's it. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
So why do you grow a beard? What's the correlation
The correlation, it originally started as mustaches as a conversation piece.
Oh, okay.
So that people would ask, what's with the mustache? And you'd say, okay, I'm doing it to promote men's health, to bring awareness. It's a conversation piece. There's a lot of police departments that participate in it. Hopefully we're going to get a picture. Last year, I think Monmouth Beach Police Department was in the Monmouth Journal or something like that. And we raised a pretty good amount of money. Some of our officers do like I'll say a GoFundMe on their Facebook pages, and friends and family donate money, and then the money gets donated at the end of the month.
Did you mention Linden Avenue? Get the trees taken care of, right?
The tree, I'm sorry, trees?
Yeah.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, I'm sure you have noticed, but maybe you didn't really notice. Coming into town, Linden Avenue, it looks a lot nicer now. We had the county come, they cut all the trees back, it really opened it up. That was to make the signs that the county put up more visible, because they did designate that as the school zone. So the signs that they put up, it makes them a lot easier for people to see.
Chief Burton took care of that.
Thank you, Mayor.
Engineers report?
All right, thank you, Bonnie. Real quick tonight, the road improvement program, which is Bay Street, Twin Lights Terrace, North Peak Street, and Miller Street between Shore and Bay. Contractor scheduled to start Monday. We'll start on Bay Street with the sanitary sewer. They did submit a schedule, an overall project schedule, which we rejected. We feel that they don't have it properly staffed. So they could condense this project much quicker than they submitted. So we'll work with them on that to get a revised schedule, but they will start on Bay Street on Monday. So notices will be going out on that.
And that's for sanitary.
That's for the sanitary. And that's replacing the entire sanitary sewer on Bay Street.
So notices will go out tomorrow,
Tomorrow, Friday, they'll go out.
no later than that.
No, absolutely. Also, for the OLPH lot, we will be providing an Alta survey as requested. My guys will be on site November 6th to do the actual field work, and then prepare the map, get that over to Mr. Shabarik's office, and meet the milestone to get that submitted the 22nd of November.
What's the difference between an alternate and a regular survey?
Alta survey has more language in it. It's more for acquisition of property than a regular. If you do a house, normally you don't need an Alta survey. Mr. Shabarik, correct me if I'm wrong. If you're purchasing a larger piece of property or property that's more involved in just purchasing somebody's house, the Alta survey provides additional language inside that survey towards the acquisition.
And it's nationally recognized, so
What do you start with a certified guy or something?
that's the proper survey to use when you're purchasing commercial or such a large parcel, so.
Okay.
And it's accepted throughout the country.
Also, just getting into the grants a little bit. Myself, my grants staff, and my project manager did meet with Councilwoman DeRigo to go over the scope of Vets Park, to finalize that, and the documentation the county is going to require to eventually close out the grant for that site, as well as the site here at the community center. DOT application, we did submit the application for Portland Road from Riker Street to approximately 800 feet south of Riker Street going up the hill. That was submitted on time, and then tonight you adopted the resolution that we will also submit to the state as required by the grant. And then just lastly to Councilwoman Brugnon's point earlier about the CV grant, that was actually funded in the amount of $146,286 that the borough did receive for that grant. That's my report.
Where's the check bounce? Where are they at?
So the stuff that Oswald did last week, the Valley, or that they finished up, I should say, over the last week or so, Valley Street and Cedar Street, we got those reports in. We have to verify what needs to be replaced on Cedar Street, so we get back to TideFlex, so we could finalize that order for Cedar Street. We did finally get the shop drawings for all three valves. That's the valve at Betts Park, the valve at Jackson, and the valve at Cedar. So we'll be able to get those back to them either Friday, Monday, and then we can get that going.
Turnaround time?
12 weeks, they said, from the time that the shop drawings are approved.
So we're talking spring.
Yeah, you're talking about 3 months to manufacture, I guess.
What happened to the 6 to 8 weeks? That was the last time they told us how long it was going to take.
I know they're saying 12 weeks now manufacturing. That's coming directly from them.
Okay, that down.
That's it there.
Just to tail on something that Dale said about restarting sanitary sewer repair work on Bay Streets, that is. Chief Burton, could you make sure, because that there's some officer police presence on either side of that road is the main roads that go up to the high school. And of course, those construction vehicles come at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning when people are up there driving their kids to school, just so that there's not any sort of oddness going on. Sure. I do have a couple of things I just wanted to add. For the trailer, we passed the final plumbing inspection. New 3-phase has been installed and metered. Electric should be finalized hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And Bonnie worked with Mark, our DPW superintendent, to have Monmouth County prisoners come help us move boxes and furniture. Kim's going out for bids for the cleaning service to make sure that that's all nice and done. And I think there's just a couple of little things that Mark is still working on, like doing the half doors. We had to go over the hall and getting a drop box again for payments, so that you can, sewer bills and property taxes and stuff.
I think he was trying to figure out the back door too, steps to nowhere.
Yeah, the steps to nowhere, what we were talking about is doing a metal drop-down step so that it could still be used in case of emergency, but to be blocked off if it's not blocked off, but the metal
Right.
steps themselves sort of blocked
Emergency
off.
egress.
Yeah, that's
Emergency
And
egress.
it's already, panic bars on those doors, so we don't need to do any of that.
I didn't realize that.
It's
So you
enough to
opened-
turn, it's enough to turn.
I didn't realize it until you opened the door. I was like, cool. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah, fine.
Good.
The only thing I was traveling, but the stormwater problems that we had up in the, ending up the U-turn, thank you. I'd like to thank the police department from Middletown and all that stepping up, because I got phone calls on it. I'm on my way out, but I can't encourage this governing body, and I'm going public with it. We need to step up to the plate and file legal action against Middletown, Monmouth County, State of New Jersey, Monmouth Hills. We are victims of ongoing stormwater problems. And, there's a lot, the DBIZ project was a great project, it's a loan, it's not gonna solve the problem at $700,000. Correct me if I'm wrong, our bids that were coming in, closer to $1.5 million. This is a bill that this community should not be subject to, and it should be the responsibility of the state. Again, I'm on my way out. Whoever's up here in January, I think you got hope there. It's a lack of words. No one's on board with helping us, but Middletown, Monmouth Hills, they think they're above us. And the whole problem up there has been there I think you were 12 years old when there was a problem up there. It's been a problem. It needs to be addressed, and we got to stop it. It's a $2 million bill fix that we shouldn't be subject to. So I think this governing body is aware of it, and we want to address the issue. Thank you.
Ms. Gonzalez, you stand up so people could know who you are, the new administrator.
Excuse me, sir.
Come on up here.
You're on the clock.
Yeah, come on up. I want people to know who you are. Are you nervous now?
Yeah. Okay.
This is Kim Gonzalez, our new
I wasn't sure if you wanted me to give a speech or not.
administrator. Speech?
Yeah.
I'll do the speeches.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Public portion, Frank.
We have to get up, right, over here?
Yes, please.
I want to get in trouble. Cool. Frank Nolan, 65 Snow Harbor. Mr. Mayor and Council, I heard Chief Burton talking about the free parking on Shore Drive. Is that going to include Locust? Yes. Perfect. Thank you very much. It's going to fix a lot of quality of life issues down there. Thank you.
Open, so. Yes, ma'am.
Tina Kemmer, 164 Linden Avenue. I wanted to follow up on Councilman Ford's issue with the jug handle and on Route 36. I'm really fed up. I'm really frustrated. I'm really fed up. I'm literally trapped. I mean, it was pouring rain on Sunday. Imagine, first of all, that jug handle is closed and the best we can do. I mean, it's great we have, police officers blocking it off. But I mean, this is enough. And then as you're going down 36, it's literally a lake. You can't even, my car, I'm hoping that there's no damage done to it. I don't drive an SUV. But it has been going on ad infinitum for years and years and years, and I'm just outraged. I'm fed up with this. And I just don't understand why our township does not leverage any kind of why can't we do anything? We're just kind of these, suffering victims here, year after year. And it's always gonna rain like this. And it's always gonna be this mud slide, and literally trapped. The town is trapped. It's kind of cordoned off. You can't get around on 36. So I had other things to do tonight, but I wanted to come here to find out what, we can do about it. And, I agree that I think we really need to move forward with whatever we can to pressure these other townships to, take action because, I'm just outraged by it. I'm just fed up by it. And it should not be that way. We shouldn't have to suffer like this. So,
Absolutely right.
thank you.
Actually, Rick, I was 25.
I have no idea.
I had a question about the 172 of last month and 180 of this month, because it seems like the scoping is being done piecemeal. And I noticed that Doug brought it up, and I wanted to bring it up as well. Do you not have a plan for the whole town? Does somebody have a plan for the whole town, the scoping, taking care of the sewer lines? The sewer lines are terrible. They've been terrible for 25 years,
And they have been scoped,
at least.
and we're looking to do with them.
Okay, but, and also Carolyn said Waterwitch, and Waterwitch is not mentioned anywhere in any of the resolutions. It's Washington.
No, Waterwitch started, that was already awarded, Waterwitch they
It
started
was
today.
in 180 that you discussed Waterwitch, and I don't see Waterwitch there. I see Washington, Atlantic to Washington, from Shore
Shore
Drive
Bay.
to Bay Avenue.
That's correct.
Well, where's Waterwitch?
Waterwitch was awarded a couple of meetings ago because I don't remember if it was Oswald or American
Yes.
Life, it was one of them.
No, that was Ocean to Washington and Marine to Bay. That's the resolution 172 this last month. So Waterwitch has not been mentioned anyplace, and I don't know if it's included, but, I appreciate Becky's comments about Kim. I met Kim a few years ago, but Becky made the same comments about Tim Hill, and we know how that worked out. I just looked at the agenda today, and I went in through N period, J period, S period, 48, semicolon, colon 9-136. I could not find any qualifications for administrators. Brian, do you think
Well, the borough administrator position is determined by the municipality, specifically
Right.
defined
Do we
in
have those?
and the ordinance sets forth what their requirements are. And every town and every municipality sets forth. The only statutory requirements for the administrator are the appointment and how the appointment is made, and the term is actually determined by the municipality, and what their protections are in case they're released before their term is up.
Okay, so do we have an administrative code in Highlands?
The borough code is very detailed as far as the borough administrative position is concerned. It's actually over a page if you take a look at all the requirements.
Okay. I didn't have time to do all that because I didn't discover the agenda.
No, it's not a section.
No,
It's
thank
2-1.
you.
No, it's not a section. It's 2-6.
Of the ordinances? Oh, okay. I just didn't have a lot of time to do that because I didn't see it until the very last minute. And,
Yeah, there's 2 pages of responsibilities and requirements, so you'll see it.
okay, that's good. I'm glad we have that. Thank you.
One comment to the sewer issue, we did hire a new C2 operator, a competent C2 operator, who's out, assessing the different streets. And in all fairness, to him, he's been deep in it. And what I've talked to Pat about it, one thing this town has to accept, that we're gonna have to spend about $10 million to fix our sewer problems. Okay, now we can bond against our sewer income. One thing I've discovered from our I-9 actually went down for a period of time as water infiltration into our sewer. But ironically, anytime we have a massive rainstorm, our I-9 goes up, even though the tides were standard. A lot of it's coming from Monmouth Hills. Now, Monmouth Hills has 2 sewer lines that come into our town, okay? And it was Mark's proposal or suggestion that we meter them as well. I think one of the reasons why our I-9 is so high is Monmouth Hills, we don't know what kind of pipes they have up there. As bad as our pipes might be, I think they're worse. And the 2 pipes that come across the highway, and this is where unfortunately, I got a bad taste in my mouth towards Middletown and Monmouth Hills when we were trying to address the sinkhole problems on the highway up there with the sewer. They wanted nothing to do with it. They didn't care about us.
They don't.
They don't.
They
So,
absolutely don't.
but Mark, fair shake, Mark, he's doing that critical assessment, and hopefully, in due time, that he's going to be able to put proposals on the table on what I think there's 7 or 8 lifts or zones that we have. 8, and 2 of them are in pretty good shape. It's the brass that we have to figure out which ones are things. But again, it's time to put shovel to the ground and start digging the streets up because we have. It's just horrible.
Well, the longer you wait, the
Yeah,
price goes up.
we shouldn't even be discussing this.
No, we should have done 25 years.
Mr. Carter, if I may, there's actually 3 locations where they come into town. So the metering should actually be, there's one at Linden, there's one at Warwick, there's one at Waddell. So all 3 of those should be metered.
And bill them on the meter, because I tell you what, you'll see how fast they'll buck up. But unfortunately, it's gonna take an attorney and some support from the governing body to make that motion. And it's protecting the financial interests of this community. You want to talk your taxes go down, let's fix some of the negligence of our neighboring communities.
Kenny?
Ken Brazel, 62 Gravel Point Road. Got just a couple of topics, but first I'm going to reiterate, you're absolutely right about the flooding and the state highway in Middletown. I'm going to throw out a couple of numbers. The flooding's always been a big pet peeve of mine, and I've been trying to push the information along whenever I have an opportunity. So for anyone who's listening, get a hold of some of these numbers. Just for the Waterwich stormwater pipe, that pipe drains a 3,900 foot stretch of the highway, and the storm drain inlets on the highway feed into that. Somebody give me a guess on how many stormwater inlets there are on the highway that feed directly to Highlands. Just on the stretch of road where it feeds into Waterwich. 1?
No.
6? Would you believe there are 50 storm drains on the 3,900 foot stretch of the highway that feed down to the Waterwich. And so out of that 3,900 foot stretch of road that comes out to,
Where are you going?
I'm making, you had some time to make an impression on this, and it is a big pet peeve of mine. You're absolutely right. This shouldn't be talked about today. It should have been handled 20 years ago. Okay?
50, I'm confused on the number. I'm 50 because I walked it.
So have I.
But there's
and I have a map. It shows the map is missing one, but I found an extra one.
Where's the 3,000 feet from?
Yeah. That's
From crest to crest, it starts at the intersection where CBS is, and it goes just a little bit past. A little bit past the Gouge. That's where the next peak is. Yeah, so the water comes down, and at the valley is where it goes down to Waterwich. So it's a 3,900, almost a 4,000.
There's 50 catch basins there?
There's 50 catch basins.
You see one of them?
I went and I double checked what I saw on the map, and the map was accurate except for 2 occasions. And the map shows 50. so 51. And 2 of them are not actually properly on the highway, they're in the neighborhood in Middletown by the circle. But in any case, some numbers to help make the impression. That special highway creates an impervious area of 312,000 square feet. And just a quarter inch of rain, say in an hour, half hour, whatever, creates 6,499 cubic feet of water, all of which goes down water rush. And it's not just the volume of water that's creating a problem. The top of the water, which is elevation 70, and the bottom is 50, so you got a 60 or about a 70-foot drop in elevation, so that's pushing the water down. And I have a little short video that I'm going to publish shortly that shows you what that looks like. I think some of what happens in the storm when we have rains like that, a lot of people don't see it because it's nasty outside, you don't go out and see it. But I have some video that will just make you crazy about what's going on down there. So anyway, that's my pet peeve. My next thing is I have a question about our beach accessible bathroom over here. Is it open?
Not now.
Has it been
It
open?
was open during the summer, yes. Part of the summer.
Oh, so it was open during the summer. Okay, has it been inspected?
I can't answer that.
I just recently found out it does not have permits and hasn't been inspected.
There's questions to that issue. You're absolutely right.
We are working on it.
Okay, I figured you guys would have figured it out now, but with all the commotion going on, something that shouldn't be happening. So, all right, that's it.
Sir?
Hi, Ed Perlis, 48 Twin Light Terrace. I got 2 questions. One was the new borough administrator. Why'd the old one leave?
Another job.
Strictly that? No other reason? More money? Or did he stay the
I
reason?
don't know the details of why.
Or just up in 2 weeks' notice? A month
30 days,
notice?
30 days notice required by contract.
30 days? Okay, very good. Okay, my real important question is, you were talking about the sewer, sanitary sewers on Bay Street. They did the water lines about a year ago, and some this year, I think, too. And Twin Light Terrace, they also did the water lines. Now, I heard that they're going to be paving these streets. Is there a schedule for the paving of these streets?
Yes, this fall. We still have a good 7 to 8 weeks before plants close. We are fully geared up to get Bay Street, Twin Lights, North Peak Street, and Miller Street paved this fall.
Before the 20th of December, then? I mean,
Yes.
That fall in the strict sense of
Yes.
winter starts the 21st or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, this fall,
Absolutely. As long as Mother Nature cooperates,
then. Right, yeah, no, of course.
right? You know, years ago we paved Portowich 2 days before Christmas. It was still warm enough. The plants were still open. We were able to get pavement, and we were able to do that. So yes, we are anticipating this fall.
Thank you, that's it.
And you will get notice of that, just like Bay Street's getting.
Robert? Mayor, one other thing I forgot to touch on before. It's in reference to the storms. The other day, about 2 meetings ago, I spoke about social media and how sometimes it puts out wrong information, especially with the motor vehicle crash on Shore Drive. The other day, there was some stuff put out on social media about the storm, and it really got some people really worried about tide levels and stuff like that. They were increasingly panicked by what was put out on social media. So I just wanted to caution everybody, if that comes up again, anything like that, please call the police department, look at our Facebook page, listen to the Nixle messages that got put out by OEM. That's the information you should go by, and what you see on the news, that's less than we call it fake news, but go by. Social media sometimes can really spin things and get people kind of crazy. So if you want the most accurate information, visit the borough's websites,
How do
please.
you get the nickel?
I'm sorry?
The nickel. Explain how you get that.
Nixle, you can sign up for Nixle. Carolyn can probably explain it better than I can. You can go onto the borough website, and I think there's directions
It's right
on
at the
there.
top,
It's right on the top.
of the
You
page,
can
just click
sign
on
up,
it, put in your information.
and you'll get notices at your house, on your cell phone. You can get emails, and it's all the notices that go out from both the borough emergency management and or the police department.
Thank you, Robert. Anybody else? I'll go.
Rob, just a helpful, I don't know what the next law, and I know the messages coming out OEM. We really have to educate our community the difference between stormwater rain management and tidal management. Because there is that, because I got a lot of the phone calls with their rainstorm versus the tide. The tide was out, but yet they were worried about the tide. So the combination of, I do agree with you, there's a little confusion, social media. If these messages could somehow really distinguish themselves between stormwater rain flooding versus tidal flooding. Yes, they do affect each other, but not to the magnitude of the phone calls I was getting. It's like, relax, your house is not going to go underwater.
Right.
So,
The phone calls I was getting was I was blocking all residents from getting home.
yeah. So I hear you. So just educate them as best you can with your messages.
What you have to do, you have to pay attention. You have to see how things are, see how the town responds to high tide on the east wind. Remember how that works, how it works when it rains, how it doesn't, and then you'll have all that. Then maybe all you gotta do is push that little weather radio and listen to that monotone voice come on, and they'll say, this is what's happening and that's what's happening. You'll be able to correlate on what's going on. You know what I mean? You gotta pay attention, you gotta watch out for your own stuff. Social media, forget about getting anything on that as far as I'm concerned. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. I don't think we'll meet again this month, so you just have a nice Thanksgiving and all. And we'll do what we can to provide more service to the town, to you guys, okay? Good luck, all you guys that are running for election. Have a good night.